Okay, so nobody's getting the truth from the mainstream media, folks. It's well past time to open your eyes, your ears, and your mind. Do your own research because something isn't right here. And if you can't see that, you are not paying attention, folks.
It's the opportunity to forge for ourselves and for future generations a new world order. A world where the rule of law, not the law of the jungle, governs the conduct of nations.
So let's look at each one of these and see how we can get this down to zero. Probably one of these numbers is going to have to get pretty near to zero. Now that's back from high school algebra, but let's take a look. First, we've got population. The world today has 6.8 billion people. That's headed up to about 9 billion. Now, if we do a really great job on new vaccines, healthcare, reproductive health services, we could lower that by perhaps 10 or 15%.
The important message that we need Australians to get vaccinated as quickly as possible. In line with that, I do encourage all Australians to please go and book your vaccinations as soon as you can if you haven't already done so.
Emma, get away!
When we are successful, and we will be, we have a real chance at this new world order, an order in which a credible United Nations can use its peacekeeping role to fulfill the promise and vision of the UN's founders.
Okay, we need to stand up against this tyranny, folks. Stop giving away your freedoms and liberties, because the more you give up, the more these people will take until you have absolutely nothing left. That's their agenda.
All right, I'm going to pop in here. Dave seems to have been frozen, and I'm not really sure why, but good evening, everybody. I'm still in the process of sharing out. But anyway, look, we've got heaps of news tonight, but we've also got Jody Lowe with us. So I'm going to bring Jody in straight away and get an update from him until Dave arrives. Hey, Jody, welcome.
Hello, how you going? I can't stop you from getting frozen every time I come on here.
Are you getting frozen as well? Great, I'm going to be.
I just keep everywhere I go. People have glitches with their tech, and I'm like, everyone's starting to blame me.
Yes, that can happen. All right, Jody, what's new with you and what's going on around the traps? Now, you've organised this 1 day a week, do something every day, which is actually a fantastic organisational structure, because it shows people that how they can actually get involved. And for too long, we've not been involved. So you've got Monday, May Day public holiday. Then you've got Tuesday the 7th. And then you've got Wednesday, National Email Your Federal Member Day. Thursday the 9th, you've got National Press Release Day. Friday, you've got the National Attend Your Federal Members Workplace. Then you've got a barbecue. And then on the 12th, it's National Letterbox Day. So did you want to actually talk about that, Davey? You've got sound there now? No, he's frozen again. All right, so Jody, it's a really good structure. We've often gotten people to do campaigns. Sorry?
That must be an old one, Cazz, is it? I said that must be an old one. Where did you pluck that one from? The page, my page, or?
It was sent to me by Beck, I think. So Beck keeps on top of all the things going on. So
yeah, right. Yeah, that's right. It's a couple of weeks old, that one, or a few weeks old, but that's okay. It's the same principle, but yeah, Monday because it was May Day, a holiday in Queensland and not in New South Wales, we just went with the Hoist Your Flag Day. So just basically kicking off May Day with exactly what May Day is all about. The worker sort of calling May Day, we're in trouble. You know what I mean? Like we're signaling and everybody that you can that thing that you're feeling, that thought that you're having, that feeling in your gut. Those all of the fence sitters that are starting to wake up, and people like yourselves have obviously done the good job to get them to wake up. Hoist your flag day is just about, even just the conversations about the red ensign compared to the blue. How you going there, Guru? You back on?
Oh, yeah, mate, just before the show, and we lose all our Wi-Fi capabilities again. What are these idiots, man? I mean, seriously, anyway, how you going?
We're getting there.
No, run into this. Yeah, go on. You just keep going. Whatever we're doing, let's do it while we can do it.
Dave, you sounds a bit overexposed. Now, the thing that I like about that is that, it's for too long, the Australians have been disengaged with what's been going on. We just basically go, oh, they just govern and that sort of stuff. And this is how we've gotten into the situation that we're in at the moment. So what I like about it is it's a really easily structured, and it's basically getting people to come back in and have a relationship, or at least give some instruction to their members. So I don't know if you've ever read my will. Have you read It Is My Will?
No.
No. Well, it was put out by somebody, 20, 30, 40 years ago, and he was instructing the Australian people on how to hold their government accountable. And it's basically, when you write to your politician, your member of parliament, you need to say, it is my will that. And he did a whole booklet thing on my will. So it was very interesting. Okay. But what I like about your approach is that you're actually getting people re-engaged with the political process.
Yes. Look, it needs to. We know that the people that control the Muppets that we see are the people we're aiming for to get rid of. Once we get rid of that level of power, or at least interruption in our country, then there is place for rebuilding, and like you say, stop the rot, sack the lot. That's the way it's got to go. The people that are here are complicit in what they've been doing. They've allowed it to happen. They're not doing the job, and so they've got to go. But at the same time, we've also got a massive level of responsibility to re-engage our minds in the control of this country, and not discharge that obligation to the people, because we will quickly find ourselves back in the same shit that we're in. So this is not we don't want to win this battle. We want to win the war, and we want to make sure we don't kick this down the road to our kids and grandkids. You know what I mean? Like, for the sake of a small win, we want to rebuild and re-educate our people around our constitution, around our rights, around what this country is supposed to stand for, and the reason why we are the country we are compared to all the other ones in the world. So, you're right. So, we've got multiple projects running at the moment. The letterbox drop is got a heap of information about the World Health Organization Pandemic Preparedness Treaty. It's got a scan code for the normies that brings them back to the action week that you just brought up on the page. It is different on the page to that one, but that's okay. It brings it to them and says, well, look, this is, you just woke up, you're just starting to understand. Here's a smorgasbord of options for ways that you can make a difference, no matter how broke you are, tired you are, how much time you've got. You can get involved. The goal of all of that is to make sure that we get the right members working for the NERA project, which is the National Electoral Representative Project, to start taking the genuine voice of the constituents to these people and saying, we're waking up, we're seeing what's going on, we're not happy with it. It's your debt, it's not our debt. We want nothing to do with the shithole that you've created, and starting to sort of say, you work for us, do your frigging job. And all of these things are just key pieces, and my intent will be to keep that sort of framework rolling month on month. With this ACA wants to aim solely at the World Health Organization. I'm for aiming at all things at all times. So I spend more time trying to coordinate all of the the arrows to make sure they all hit the same sort of globalist targets. But it's quite easy to see, you got Wade touring the country with Billboard Battalion talking about the red meat industry copping a flogging from the World Health Organization's climate change hoax. So it all still comes back to them. That's their first agenda if they set a new mandate. So next Friday is the big one for us. That's the get yourself along to your local federal members' workplace, put some pressure back onto them where they work. We're hoping to have a well-written letter for you to sign there. So at 11 a.m. on Friday, the 10th of May, Our goal is to get as many of our freedom fighting groups, be you Stand in the Park, be you, My Place, the Hoodies Heroes, the People's Revolution, the Stop the Rot teams, whoever you stand with, it doesn't really matter. The enemy is common, and get along there and sign up to that. Where we can call out things like that. They're asking for 5% of our national budget for medical health, which is about $5 billion a year to prepare for the next pandemic that they tell us it is. That's about 50,000 nurse jobs, in this country.
Bullshit. I call bullshit. More money laundering.
It is, and like when Bill Gates is the number one independent, highest person that runs that, and then the WHO as buying out Google, and you can't say anything on YouTube without getting banned on them. They've got their fingers in everywhere, and we need to. That's one of many problems that we've got. But it's the current one with the vote for the federal members to do their fucking job, and on the 28th of May vote down that thing. I'll tell you how bad it's got. The first round of the proposals went through the J. Scott committee in this country, and they didn't even realise they voted for it because it was hidden inside some other bill, like the reduced cordial price bill, and they were all like, "Oh yes, reduced cordial," and they signed off on the bloody thing, and they didn't even know they'd signed off on it. So other countries at least picked it up and pushed back on it in the first round, and we were too stupid to even see that it went through. So. That's where we're at with our leadership here. They're not watching. They're too busy worried about virtue signaling and changing direction like friggin' kites in the wind.
That's it. Look, we've got a few things going on as well now. The big thing, of course, is the Macquarie banks. All the banks, Macquarie Bank branches go cashless and shift to digital only. So now you've been on board of the cash is king. And yes. You might have actually started that. Did you start that? I think you might have started that. Oh, we've just lost. Hang on. Sorry, you just got taken out of our stage.
Yeah, no, I think it might have landed with me, but we played a big part, as everybody did, in just getting it going and sort of promoting and getting it out there. We'd already had plans for this week in the Tuesday, so because that was 4 weeks ago, we agreed to promote it and push it really strong, hoping that every Tuesday would become a day. So the goal is to actually start having this bullshit about one day for these things. It's like, no, don't shop at Woolworths anymore. Don't shop at Coles anymore. Get out of the big four banks and the big four below them that they own. Start taking back, your rights and choices, and understand that we've got to make sacrifices. That cash one rolled on really well, and it'll roll into this. So today I left the ANZ for good. Last week I left the NAB for good. My self-managed super fund is with the Macquarie Bank. So I set up a new account today. So within 2 days, I'll be able to leave the Macquarie Bank. I've been tied to all of these different banks over the years for different reasons, different companies, different sort of people. So I've been unfortunately spread across all of the bastards, and I'm slowly but surely unwinding and untangling and going back to a local owned credit union, member owned, and they can shove it up their asses. $7 billion plus profit for each of the big four last year, in a time of cost of living crisis for this country and 17 interest rate rises in the last 24 months. And now Albo's promised, oh yeah, we've got it all under control with inflation at 6%, even though everything keeps going up by 30%. And now they're talking about 2 more interest rate rises before the end of the year. And I can't help but laugh. I can't help but watch the people that don't listen to us squirm and go, well, we've given you everything we've got. We've done everything we can. We put everything on the line to tell you what's going on, and you still won't listen.
The conversations are shifting, though. I find every single person, is very concerned about having to just basically try to put food on the table at the moment. Plus, the electricity's out, through the roof. So, Dave, how's your sound? Is your sound any better than it was? Could you speak?
I don't know. Hopefully it is. I don't know what it's like, mate. But yeah, this has sort of worked out. Yeah, not how we were expecting, guys. I was coming in to have a fair bit to say, actually, but it's already got its momentum now. So we might just get Jody doing what he's doing, and then I'll Yeah, we'll do that, and then we'll get into a bit of a show, Caz. But yeah, however you want to work it, mate. But yeah, how you's gone? I'm just having trouble. I'm in now, I think, on my phone. So
Yeah, no worries. So you sound still a bit heated. All right. So now, Jody, we've got a problem. We've got a problem with our what is going on at the moment is a lot of exposure. Now, one of the things that's come out is this here from Marine Faruqi, I think it's pronounced. So she's a Green senator and she's planning to bulldoze dozens of native trees and local flora around her investment property in order to build 3 luxury homes in the heart of one of the biggest koala habitats. Now, she's also the person who Chris Coveries asked yesterday, basically got her coming out of court. So she's suing Pauline Hanson for $150,000 for making a racial slur. And here's Chris Coveries.
Senator, are all white people racist?
No comment.
That's not a no. That's not a no. Are all white people racist?
yeah,
That's the standard of our government. Isn't that just amazing?
exactly. Yeah, our government's just a joke now. Now they're going to give out $1,000 for bills to try and buy some votes, maybe. All right, I've turned my volume down. I've tried to work out whether that's any good, Kaz. But yeah, this is just a joke, guys. But anyway, yeah, as I say, I've missed my rant now. I'm all out of step. But anyway, yeah, keep going. Let's go. I'll do the rant at the end.
All right, that's okay. Yeah, so now you've also got this. This was I don't know who to credit with this, but somebody took this, and yeah, just more examples of revenue raising.
Shit. This is a highway patrol dude that is blocking a cycleway and running path here at Alfred's Point Bridge between the St George and Sutherland Shire, trying to book people hidden behind a concrete wall in an unmarked car on a double demerits weekend on a long downhill descent on a bridge. That's just crap. That is not serving the community. That is straight up revenue raising, and I'm not about it.
We've also we played a few weeks ago video footage somebody had taken of 3 of those unmarked cars that track the speeding and send you a fine. 3 of them on the one street. It was incredible.
Just revenue raising. That's all it is. Absolute revenue raising. You know, when the people wake up to what's going on, maybe they'll get on board with a few of these things Jody and John and other people are doing and get into the swing of things, guys, because I tell you, yeah, if you heard me rant on the way in, but you didn't hear it because I didn't do it, but yeah, I was going to let you know about a few things, but I'll be letting you know on the way out, I suppose. But anyway, yep.
Mm-hmm. It's all right. All right, so we've got a few things happening around the traps as well. So there's also a fair amount of news, but of course, let's just go kudos to Rosie. Now, this man, she goes in and she confronts this pharmacist, and this man was up to his 6th jab apparently.
Thank you very much.
What's your name, sorry?
Oh, I'm Rosie, and my friend Tom. Here she is, the same one. Hello. Oh, everyone's so friendly here.
There's a new flu vaccine coming out, guys. They're pumping now on the mainstream. You know, they don't give up.
Stay one step ahead of COVID-19.
They don't want to see her.
She's just vaccinating at the moment.
Oh, she's giving someone a COVID vaccine?
Yeah.
Oh, they might like to know what we have to say about that. Because we've just been at an excess death rally where we found out that we have huge numbers of excess deaths as a result of the COVID vaccine. I called in and saw you before. Did you look into the fact that you've got no coverage for indemnity for this?
Can I please ask you to leave very
Certainly.
respectfully?
Well, very respectfully, I'd just like you to know that we've had the leading epidemiologists across the road who've actually done a study into this, and you'll be held liable.
Thank you.
All right, now on top of that, Dave is absolutely correct. So what we've got here is we've got the Basically, Steve Kirsch has put this out, and the CDC is now admitting that both the flu and shingles vaccines also cause pericarditis leading to death. It actually says it down here. It says the patient also received shots against influenza and shingles about 2 months before death. So it's difficult to say that COVID-19 vaccine alone caused pericarditis.
Guys, don't even get a tetanus shot. Just grab a clove of garlic and whack it up your bum or something. I don't know what to do with it. I know that's not medical advice, but yeah, don't even go near tetanus shots, guys. All right, seriously, everything's tainted. The whole world's against you. You got you, God, and the bloke on your right hand side and your left hand side. Let's link arms and walk forward, guys, because they're coming at you. All right, they are coming at you. They're passing laws left, right, and centre. They're hiding shit in bills, like Jody's just saying. Mate, I'm telling you, these guys are ramping it up. Why? Because you guys out there are legends. And especially the viewer. You know, hey, Jody, we ought to just say thanks to your viewers or your guys or whatever you want to call them, my family, for what they have done out there, because we know we've made a difference. You guys have made a difference, okay? Without you guys, me and Jody can't get the message out, right? We can't do what we're doing, guys, and that's for a lot of other people as well. But, yeah, we thank you, all right, for actually activating. Yep.
That's right, man. That's what I've been pushing on people lately, of just going, right, there's plenty of information. This is been an information war, but now is the time to actually act on that information. You know, you can't know any more, you know, that needs to make you move. There's more information to learn, but that you don't need any more to get activated against what they're doing. Right? There's no more conspiracy. It's all out there in public. Everything that we've said was going to happen has happened and is happening. So it's time to move. It's time to walk and get together and do things. And that's why this action week is important for me. Like I was saying to you in the prelude of this, I'm been fighting today, talking to a barrister today about a guy who was mandated against in the mines. He did what I did. He told him to shove it, and he left and he stood his ground. 2 years later, he's out of running out of fighting money. So I got him a job back up here in the mine. And he shows up yesterday for his medical, and they told him that he has to have a QGov digital ID to pass the medical on to his employer. He said, "Well, I won't do that. It's not a law. I don't have to." And so they stood their ground, and they said that he has to. So I've been talking to senators today and around to the local members, trying to get some action around it. And it looks like the Queensland government might have slipped through laws around the digital ID being legal in this state, while we've been looking over here at the federal, hearing the big stuff in the federal. So, this is what they do when they say, and again, it's the same shit. They're saying, oh, it's not mandated. It's your choice. So you can either have the job and have the digital ID, or not have the digital ID, not have the job. Just like the goddamn vaccines. They are so...
Yeah, you've got a choice. You got a choice, have a job or don't have a job. Yeah.
And old mate Nathan, he's a hard ass. He's turned down $180 grand a year package job, which he really needs it at the moment for the fight that he's just had for the last couple of years. And he's turned it down at that point, just gone, nope. I've told you, I don't need to have it. It's not a law. That takes guts and commitment, from anyone to turn that sort of money down. And I say thank you to him, because that'll,
Hey, guys, your soul's on the line here. You're right. Your kids are on the line. Your grandkids are on the line. If you can't turn down something to help us break this thing, right, and slow the beast, right, and make the difference, well then, what can I say? What can Jody say? What can Cazz say? You need to be the action, guys. All right, because they're coming, right? The character assassination's coming, guys. It's all coming. All right, we'll talk about it on the way out, but I'm telling you, it's about to get bumpy. So the only way we make it, right, is by linking arms, standing with each other, right, and saying no, do not comply. Because, they're coming with some crap, guys.
Now, one of the things that I'm finding is the exposure that's happening at the moment. Like, you've got this whole situation, like now Alexandra Marshall has put this out, and she said it's pretty obvious why @Albo wants to censor Twitter. And it's because these things are trending. So, and Albanese's gendered violence gaffe, it's not about you, mate. Albanese under fire, etc. Albanese $925 million safety net for violence victims. So, and of course, the big story overnight is James O'Keefe and this one.
I was on with James O'Keefe today, guys.
You've been working at the CIA since
2008.
Okay.
I also worked at NSA, though. And then I have a TSSCI with a full split polygraph. That means that I'm fully vetted.
Amjad Fasisi shows her his CIA identification badge.
No, where does it say?
Does it?
Hey, that's the point.
That's the point.
What's CMC?
China Mission Center, darling. That's my mission center.
Gotcha.
Amjad talks about how the CIA kept information from Trump.
Like working.
We kept information from him.
Say one more time.
We kept information from him.
From Trump?
All right, so it's exposure that's coming, but one of the things that he goes on to say is basically that they've uncovered the footage that supports the other investigative reporters that revealed that the American intelligence community illegally ran a spy operation against then candidate Trump, but they also withheld information. So we've got a crossfire hurricane. And you've also got the situation where they're actually keeping information from him and just basically, and he actually refers in that video to the higher ups. He mentions Milley as one of them, and she actually says, General Milley, and he goes, the higher ups. So he alludes to elites, which we often mention, but he doesn't use the term. So, but obviously, like, who is higher up other than, the generals? So, but the exposure is coming, which is good because
It was on today, guys. I was in that space with O'Keefe today, actually. It was, there was some big bombs dropped there. It was grouse. Yeah.
Okay, yeah. Did you have any comment on that, Jody?
Nah, I just know that it's time. I just know that it's time, and I know that we know. And like I said, we've got to give it every bit we've got. We've got the momentum at the moment, and we need to push.
Jody's gone again. Got to push. Well, Jody's right, of course. Like, you can actually see there's a fair bit of unity. Now, this video footage shows the MAGAs on one side and the Palestinian protesters on the other side, and they're all chanting the same thing. So...
That'll get them. That'll fuck the cabal. Excuse me, but that'll get the cabal if they start uniting like that. You know what I mean? That's the last thing they want. They want the division, guys. They want it. This is what they're after.
Yeah, no, they absolutely do. And their latest, of course, is going to be class warfare or generational warfare. And you can see that with, as Alexandra Marshall has identified here. So the headline is one group of Australians cruising through the cost of living crisis and how they are driving up inflation. So this is basically what they're going to try and do. They're going to try and blame, the older generation who have retired, saying that they're a burden, to create more division within the community, because they need to have transgenders competing in female sports. They need to have lots of people with different ideologies flooding into the country. They need to have people with different religions flooding into the country. This is now they've just turned their focus on the boomers. And Alexandra Marshall has well put the argument that the boomers started with nothing, spent their lives saving and sacrificing, paid their taxes, lots of them, lost everything under Keating, and now they are berated for spending money enjoying their twilight years. The government screwed up, not the boomers. And she's correct. And that's why we blame you. Okay?
That's exactly right.
We're not going to... And it's funny how, Dave, it's really funny how it's actually starting to shine through. I had a conversation with somebody today, and I just said, yes, but that's not the issue. It's the government. This person jumped in and could have been quoting me, said, absolutely right. She doesn't watch us. So this is where we're getting now. The narrative's changed.
Yeah. Okay, Jody's just been, told he's been blocked by, the host has blocked me. That's what our studio's done. I've never had that one before, guys, but so he's been blocked from the studio. That's where he is. Well, I got no idea, guys. I just know I got no Wi-Fi capability here, but these guys are, they're on fire, mate. We blame you. Yeah, because Jody's not here, we blame you. Anyway, I hope you, the calendar's there, guys. It's on the website. Let's just get and do what we got to do.
It's coming.
Yeah. Oh, it's coming. All right. It's coming. Okay, let's go.
All right, now with the narrative shift, there's a lot of stuff that's shifting as well, and this is actually the first one I've seen of this. Now, has been forecast in the web bots to come, but this is the first one that I've seen of it, and it's basically sudden and unexpected. This person has written 3 years ago today, you kissed me and said, don't cry, we'll be home in a couple of days. I never saw you again, even though you were COVID negative, confirmed in your medical records. So FB, it's already been fact-checked. They still isolated you from everyone and put you on the death protocol, and you were gone 13 days later. So now the situation, it's starting to become part of the narrative with the deaths that were caused by the protocol of the midazolam and the remdesivir as well.
Yeah, and now they got a new one coming out, guys. It's yeah. So don't you worry. It's all happening. They got a surprise for you around every corner, guys. I just got the screenshot off Jody. You've been blocked. So yeah, they've blocked him from the studio. These mugs, mate. Hey, unbelievable. Anyway,
well, I don't know how that's possible because you've got no thing, and I'm basically I'm driving the show, and I certainly didn't block him. All right, now with the remdesivir and the midazolam, this is actually somebody sent this through, and basically the truth has finally come out. Now you can see there where they were using it. Okay, so the UK, England monthly midazolam injections and excess deaths, and there you have those two spikes are exactly the same. So this is what they were doing. They were putting people into hospital for the COVID, which we know, and then they were giving them what this other lady has quite succinctly put as a death protocol.
Yeah, exactly. That's what it was.
And then they were claiming that they died of COVID. You know, everyone at work, like a lot of people are still getting COVID at the moment, except for me. And I'm actually just saying to them, how can I get it? I haven't had the vaccine. So like,
exactly right. All these long COVID people, guys, it's not long COVID, man. You know, I'm learning a lot about what's going on out there, guys. But
oh, holy crap, we've got lost Dave again. All right, looks like I'm following
back.
solo. Oh,
I'm back.
Did you do that? Sorry.
No, I didn't do it. No, they're giving us heaps, guys. All right. This is crazy. Anyway.
All right, but we're having a lot of wins, and one of these wins is basically David Curtin reporting from the UK, and that is that the Barnet has resident in Barnet has won a court case over the LED street lights, and the council must remove them. And it actually says that these lights emit toxic blue light radiation, which damages the retina, causes cataracts, and kills insects and small birds and bats. So we are actually having a lot of wins, and it's good to keep that in. Every time we stand up, we win. It's just every time we fight back, we win.
Too right. We're going very well, guys. This is why they're doing what they're doing. I'm going to tell you some stuff. As I said, I didn't get a rant in, but yeah, I'll have a rant on the way out. I can tell you because it's insane. Another stabbing, guys. All right, we'll talk about that on the way out. You know, a surfer at Coffs Harbour just found at 6:30 a.m. just stabbed next to his car. Oh, really? Another stabbing. I called it 3 weeks ago. And here we are. Every day we're going to have something, guys. All right, they're on full bore alert. They are going to try and convince everybody that we have this big issue. All right, so, yeah, let's see where this one goes. But, yeah, that was 6:30 this morning, guys, so it is on. Yep.
All right, now here's a report. This is a professor from the university who's done some investigations into what's going on with the protests, and this is interesting.
10 cities that they're building across college campuses are crazy, but are really well organized. And you know I had to look into this to understand who's behind all of this and who's paying all these people. I have to be honest, what I found was not really shocking, but I was surprised by how similar it is to the BLM summer riots of 2020. You see, these encampments are actually really well organized. The students receive the tents from organizers that also supply a bunch of different food like pizzas, rotisserie chicken, coffee. So I looked into who these organizers actually are, and there are 3 prominent groups. Students for Justice in Palestine, There's Within Our Lifetime, and then there's Jewish Voices for Peace. And these groups are actually led and organized by another organization called U.S. Campaign for Palestinian Rights. And just guess how much these fellows are paid. They get $7,800 if they work 8 hours a week on some kind of Palestinian campaign. Makes you rethink what the hell you're doing with your life. And across these campuses, we've seen these fellows speak out at various events. Nita Laffey, Craig Morton, Malik Afina. So where the hell does USCPR even get this money to pay these fellows that much money? And who funds Students for Justice in Palestine and these other organizations? Here's where it really gets interesting. Almost all of their funding comes from rich, elite investors such as George Soros, Howard Horowitz, and members of the Rockefeller family. And isn't that ironic on its own? You see, George Soros' Open Society Foundation, along with Rockefeller's Brother Fund, gave $700,000 to these organizations. And we know now that the Open Society Foundation isn't run by George Soros anymore. It's actually run by his brother Alex Soros and his partners Huma Abedin, with direct ties to the Muslim Brotherhood. As they say, the apple doesn't fall far from the tree. Now, the Open Society Foundation also funneled $20 million into the Tide Foundation. And the Tide Foundation takes this money and disperses it across all of these organizations across the U.S. They funnel money into Westpac, which is an organization that is led by Howard Horowitz. And Westpac is actually the fiscal sponsor for Within Our Lifetime. And guess what?
Westpac.
All of these organizations have direct ties to the 2020 Summer Love riots. So the question I have to ask is why? Why now? Why again in the summer before a presidential election?
Well, I told you guys, right? We picked it again last week. I told you 5% of this. Guys, 8 hours work on protesting for Palestine will get you, what, $7,800 a week. Are you kidding me? $7,800 Soros is paying. You know, no wonder when they put out a text message and say, hey, we need backup, people turn up like sheep and just barring around the paddock, you know what I mean, and don't even know what they're there for. $7,800 for 8 hours, guys. Like, come on. This was planned. Every university, like not every university, hundreds of universities around the world all happened to do the same thing on the same day. We just went the day after. Instead of being in the future, we were in the background for once. America went, we were planned, ready to go the next day, guys. This is all by design, people. All right? But this is why it's so important to get the word out there. What they have got designed coming for you is not nice. It ain't nice. Anyway, yeah, that's US dollars, about 10 grand. About 10 grand Australian, guys, for 8 hours work. Are you kidding?
All right, so but the thing is that what's going on now is that there's a massive awakening, and even though it's become a bit of a cliche, it is actually happening. You can see it with just basically people like this.
A scam. I can't believe that I just ate it up. I just ate up everything they spoon-fed me for 35 plus years. I totally bought it. Like, our government has our best interest. Everything on the market must be safe. The more I learn, it's such a reckoning in my head right now. I totally bought all of the history textbook propaganda that the U.S. was the savior, this force of good in the world. Like, no, we're not. No, we're not. We're an imperialist country that has slaughtered tens of thousands of people in their own selfish interests, and we're still doing it. And every politician is bought and paid for, and they've distracted us this whole time with the red versus blue so that we blame someone else instead of them. And I feel like I'm a smart person, and I can't believe that it took me this long to piece it all together. Now that I have, I'm just horrified.
Hallelujah. Thank you that she's actually just pieced it all together.
They're waking up. They are waking up. Okay, but then we got to activate them, guys, and that's our job. Yeah.
That's it. Look, the thing is that it's happening everywhere across the world, at the one time and that sort of stuff, like, with amounts of, particularly amongst the young people, actually. I'm seeing a lot of TikToks where they're awakening and they're talking about this sort of stuff as well. So it's really awesome because
Yep.
we are
No, it
getting there.
is. No, lift your frequency, guys. All right, lift your frequency. That's all I can say to you. All right, we're coming into that spiritual, real hard battle, guys. All right, if you haven't felt it or you don't know it, you know. Anyway, we'll talk about it on the way out.
Closing 600 stores this year. CVS closing 900 stores through the end of this year. Walgreens closing 150 stores. Outback Steakhouse has already closed 40 of its restaurants. UPS is cutting 12,000 jobs in 2024. Citigroup cutting 20,000 positions as well. eBay, why not? 1,000 jobs lost there. Microsoft cutting 1,900 positions. Expedia cutting 1,500. Cisco cutting 4,000. Apple cutting 600. It's entertainment too. Regal Cinemas closing 429 locations. Kroger's grocery.
All right, we'll leave that there. But that's just a report on the downfall of the American economy, and it's it's not good. Very not good. Jody, you got back in. Welcome back.
Hang on a minute. It could be a clone. I want to see you cut your finger. I want to see you bleed, brother. Let's go. It's a clone. We've been infiltrated.
I don't have a finger. It's not bleeding.
Oh, mate. All right.
All right, Jody, final words, and then I'll handball it to Dave, and then, I'll go grab our outro.
Go, Jody. We got your thing in the comments for you.
And Jody can't go.
No.
Okay, sorry then. All right.
Oh, man.
All right, have
like
your
him,
little
do they?
intro.
All right,
Look,
Jody,
they don't.
wrap it up.
Yeah, what they don't like, guys, is just coming and getting united, all right? We're seeing a lot of it in spaces and stuff too, all right? Before I get into a rant, there's an old hag up Queensland, all right? Yeah, all right, it's called Kerry. What a wonderful chick she is, guys. She's part of your family, but I can call her an old hag because she calls me an old Stu in the Northern Territory. All right, that's how Aussie she is. So, yeah, guys, big happy birthday to Kerry up there on the border. She knows who she is, and a lot of you guys know who she is. And yeah, Kaz, yeah, man, I don't know if I can count, for much longer to keep up with how old you are. But anyway, all the best to you, darling. You're a legend. Okay. She fought to win her own property, guys, on her own. Okay. That was in the fires up there. Okay. So that was with a walking stick in one hand, and the Zimmer frame. Like, unbelievable. Kez is going to love that. All right. All right. Okay, guys. I'm gonna call a few things here. I'm going to call something here. All right. We got Wong versus Gallagher. All right. Wong versus Gallagher. So Wong versus Gallagher. I'm going to put a call out here. Wong is too versatile in the background doing sneaky deals, right? She knows too much, all right? She knows where the bodies are buried. Okay, so yeah, she's in the background, guys, and I think you're going to get Gallagher. There is a spill coming. Okay, there will be some knifing in the back to come. All right, we can smell it. Okay, shouldn't be talking that topic at the moment with what they're doing, but anyway, the backstabbing is out, guys, and I think Gallagher will take it. All right, Albo's just a wank. Now he's offering $1,000. All right, $1,000 off your electricity bill. These guys are buying votes. They're buying confidence, guys. Don't fall for it, okay? Now, over in America, we're seeing the FBI now, right, doing home visits. We might pull this in next week or maybe tomorrow night, guys. Home visits, okay? They're rocking up and telling people that we want to talk to you, right? And then this guy pushes them. He's played them, and he's gone, so you can't tell me nothing. No, I can't. Well, you're with some groups and you're this, you're that. All right. And then the guy says, well, how much money can I get out of it? And the FBI straight away went, oh, well, that's a matter we can discuss. This is what the FBI is doing, guys. They're out there on the floor. And if you want to turn and take a bit of money, You know, for you to give up information on someone. They're out there knocking on doors doing it, guys. They'll either run the guy in because he's associated with bad people, or if he flips, they'll give him money and use him as a worm. The guy's not going to flip. I could tell the type of guy he was, but he got the information out of him. This is what they're doing, guys. They're getting rid of your Bible. They're getting rid of verses. Okay, all this stuff about anti-Semitism. This is all to take away your Bible, guys. This is all written. It's all prophesied, okay, and written down. They are going to take the Christian out of the world. This is what they're coming at now, guys, with their censorship on the anti-Semitism, etc. Right? So the FBI is doing home visits now. Big trouble's coming because Trump's told NATO also that they're on their own. You know what I mean? So we know this whole thing's ramping up, guys. We know where the war's going, all right? But we do know that the war's 10% and the propaganda is 90%. All right? That's absolute. Now, the surfer stabbed to death in Coffs Harbour. We picked this, all right, a couple of weeks ago. Look out. Watch out, guys. Here's the roll on every day, nearly. Every day, or probably every day we have had someone stabbed. I haven't kept up with it all, but I've seen a bit. Okay, so, you know, yeah, they do, Milan. Yeah, they lose, God wins. Exactly right. But, guys, lose fear. Find God, lose fear. Now, Ryan Garcia, the boxer I've spoke of, guys, okay, character assassination coming. Now they're saying he's taken drugs before the fight, and now he's got to put his B sample in. You know how this works, guys. All right, Ryan stood up for the kids, stood up for Jesus. All right, in the ring, won the fight, knocked the crap out of the guy. Never should have. Okay, now here they are going to assassinate his character. This is how they work. This is where we are, guys. I've been saying all assets are deployed. All right, they are deployed. All right, and that's in all spheres of our life. That's political, right? Constabulary, police, parliament, all assets are deployed. Okay? Anyway, maybe I'll get a rant on the way in tomorrow night, guys, but there's a rant on the way out, all right? And what it's about, at least lift your frequency, guys. All right, lift it up. Get above what these guys are doing to you because, yeah, I got some news we're not going to talk about tonight, all right? But, yeah, these guys are in a psychological battle with you, right? And you win it by lifting yourself, okay? Get above their frequencies. I've spoken a little bit about this to you guys on bases and stuff like that, all right? But we're going to go into it a little bit more because they are setting up humans to be very easily activated, all right? And there's some crazy stuff going on out there with technologies and stuff, and I'm going to open it up a little bit next week and bring it to you. Okay, so anyway, have a great Thursday night, and we'll see you soon.
No, guys.
Thanks, Kazza.
I was afraid, I was petrified, thinking Mom was gonna wallop me and turn my hide. I went and stole her dinner while she left the room, and now I think I'm in the doghouse, feel impending doom. And now she's back to an empty plate, and you all thought she had killed me after her burger I ate. You all thought I'd gone to heaven, and all of you were sad, but be glad, because I'm right here and still bad. No Rainbow Bridge, I didn't go. Mom yelled at me and told me I'll call me greedy so-and-so. If I can steal her dinner once again, know how I will. I just hope his fillet steak that she's browned under the grill, 'cause I survived, and I'll thrive.